everybody, it's Katie. I know that I was supposed to do this on Friday, but it's been a really busy week. Where to start? Um, on Wednesday, my client's mother had her open gastric bypass. The time was really delayed. We got up and left the house around quarter till 5 in the morning because we had to be in Dayton, which is about a half an hour away from their house. They wanted us there by 6. So we got there in time and just sat and sat and sat and sat. So we um, waited and waited, and I knew something had to be wrong. I wasn't really sure that it was going to go through because, we had been 2 weeks ago and they sent her home while she was on the operating table. They canceled the surgery. Can you imagine getting yourself all psyched up like that and then just saying, no, we can't do it? It's a long story on why they canceled it, but it was for the better. Just want to play things safe. So we finally, they had her pumped full of IV fluids, and she's in a pretty extreme case. So I went out and talked to the nurse, and I said, is there any way that you guys can, hook her up to a catheter? Because, she put two IV bags in her. She's got to go. And they said, well, the doctor is coming down. They're sending people down to get her right now, which was cool. But this was 12 o'clock. So we knew that once she went back there that she was going to have to be in a holding bay for up to an hour. And they said that it was going to be a 5.5 hour surgery. So we're looking like 6 o'clock before they get done. So I was exhausted. I didn't sleep the night before. I spent the night over at their house, and I'm just used to a very quiet and dark environment. It just wasn't. And I just, when you're nervous like that, you can't get comfortable. So I was waiting in the waiting room, and I found a table that was in a dark corner, and the girl that I was there for, her sister was out there, and I said, listen, I need you to sit here so I can go to sleep underneath this table. So I wadded up my coat like a pillow, and I climbed under the table and went to sleep for about an hour. And then they woke me up and they said, the surgeon's out here, she's done. And I thought, no way, it's only been like 3.5 hours. And it was only 3.5 hours. So I went out in the hallway, and he recognized me from all the appointments and said that she was the easiest case of the day. So that's great. She came through like a champ, but they did put her in ICU because the case was so significant compared to a normal bypass surgery. My hair is really poofy today. Church. So we got her taken care of, and she's doing really well. They did find out that she had borderline diabetes and sleep apnea, which was expected. I could tell just from spending the night there that she had sleep apnea. So they are putting her on the CPAP machine and all the usual mumbo that comes along with that. As far as I'm concerned, I contacted the insurance company again. I did go to a family physician to get my 6 months diet approval for my surgery, and on my way home, the doctor said that she needed a form to fill out. I don't know if I mentioned this on the last video or not. She said that I had to have a form that had all this requirement information that she had on there. So I called the insurance company. They said no, she was in our plan, that we didn't need to do that. But they also said that I needed to have 4 months, no, within the past 4 years, I needed to have 6 months of a doctor documenting my weight and trying to help me and aiding me in weight loss, whether it be medication or diet plans, which I knew I had that. So, I got that taken care of. Now, all I need to do is get my mental evaluation, which Lord knows what they're going to show in my mental evaluation. Um, I have to make an appointment for that on Monday, which is tomorrow, and get all that taken care of. And then I just go see my slideshow that they make you see with our insurance. And then I make an appointment with the surgeon, and about 6 weeks later, it's the surgery. Pretty intense because we're talking a couple months, and it'll be done. I did notice starting this with someone else having the procedure and then me taking it. It gets you a whole different view on the situation. I know I mentioned that last time, but when I was in the waiting room, all of a sudden I was filled with this like panic. Not that I was scared for her, all of a sudden it became very real for me. I've always been the type of person where I don't want to put a financial struggle on somebody, and all of a sudden there was that fear, like, what if something happens? What if I'm out of work longer than I thought? How am I going to make it? You know, my husband and I both depend on both of our incomes to live the way we do. We don't live above our means, but you know, we're working class America here. We have to pay our bills on time and, you know, do the best we can to get by, and we have a son. So I was just thinking, you know, what if something happened to me? How could I put my boys through that? I love my husband and my son so much, and I just couldn't imagine doing something like that to them. But my mother was at the house when I got home, and I just kind of had this like moment, a little breakdown, just a little one, and I told her how I felt, and she said that that was normal to feel that way, and just, you know, to relax and know that I was going to be taken care of if I prayed about it, which I have. And I honestly don't believe that things would come together as well as they do. Just the same situation with my client's mom. Everything fell into place. It took a long time to get her there, but two other doctors didn't want to touch her. They said that she would die on the table. Well, we clearly know that that's not the case. They said, well, she would die of infection later. Well, they've got her pumped full of antibiotics, and we're going to do the best we can to prevent that. But, case in point, she's dying if she doesn't have it done. So, you know, that's just the way I look at it. I'm running out of time here. I got like a minute or so left. Basically, I just want to let you guys know that if you have those fears, talk to someone about them. It's always good to get a second person's perspective to see if you're just the only person thinking that way. In this case, I was, because my husband told me that I wasn't living my life to the fullest the way it was, which I appreciated. You know, he knows me better than most people, and my mother knows me better than anyone. So, hang in there. I'm hanging in there. I'm gonna bring this to a close, bring it on home. I sang in church today. It was wonderful. Got a really good response from it. Happy Easter to everybody, and I hope that you were blessed today, and I hope you got a little bit of information from me. If not, I'm sorry. I'll try and bring more next time. My next one is going to be about polycystic ovarian syndrome. So that should be fun for all you boys. Yeah. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys soon.